Hi guys, this is Jama Malmy with jamamalmy.com at Playing with Paper. Pardon my giant prego belly in the shot. But today I wanted to show you how to put together the Laughing Lola Workshop on the Go Scrapbooking Kit, which is brand new for the Autumn-Winter Close to My Heart idea book. And this is what the scrapbook layout looks like for the kit. Really cute. I just love it. I love all these purple and blue colors. And then the kit also comes with this bonus layout. This layout isn't included in this particular guide, but you can go to my website starting August 1st, and the instructions for doing this layout will be on my website at jamamalmy.ctmh.com. But this first layout is all of the instructions are right here in this guide. So first I want to show you what all comes in the kit. This is, well, first of all, it comes with a full paper pack. This is everything that I have left over. There's over half of the kit left after I cut everything for it. And I'll show you a close-up of the different papers in this pack. These are the fronts of each of the papers. I've already cut the zip strip off of this one. So all of Close to My Heart paper comes with this 1/2-inch zip strip on it. So that one went right here. And then when you turn the papers over, this is the other side. So really pretty papers. And they're very thick, almost cardstock weight. So those are the close-up of the papers. And I'll show you in the catalog. Here is your sneak peek into the new catalog. It kind of shows you better what comes in this kit. So here is the full paper pack plus a couple extra pieces of paper, the workshop guide, the hemp, this is the Laughing Lola assortment, and the stamp set. And so over here is the featured layout and some suggested items that you can order. And then here is the second layout. That's the one that's going to be, the instructions are going to be on my website. So, here is a close-up of all of those things. The hemp. Here is the Laughing Lola assortment. Let me open this up so you can see it without a glare. The jewels are just awesome. They're, if you can see that, they're like snakeskin and leopard. Really cool backgrounds, and then the paper clips with the bows on them. It's really cute. We'll be using those in the layout. And then here is the stamp set that it comes with. And Close to My Heart has intentionally changed the stamp sets that come with the workshops on the go. First of all, they are bigger. They're a D-size stamp set, so that's a $17.95 value versus it used to be a C-size stamp set, $13.95 value. And the price of the actual kit has not changed. It's still $29.95 for everything. And the other thing is the scrapbooking workshops have bigger titles. So the Full of Fun, Amazing, You Are, and the Flower, they're all pretty big stamps, so you can use them as titles for scrapbook pages. And then the card workshops on the go kits have the smaller stamps that are better for cards. So I've already pre-cut everything. These are all of the pieces that we're going to need to put together this layout. And what I did was I just followed the guide. So in the guide it tells you here, your black cardstock, this is the sizes that you're going to cut everything. Your Laughing Lola purple, these are the sizes. The gold, these are the sizes. And then you can see this is like the snakeskin print, the purple print, and the plaid print. And again, it has all the sizes. They're lettered so you know where they go on the blueprint layout. And then there's pieces like this, accent 1, accent 2, that kind of thing. Those are usually what you're going to be stamping on, and those will be in the next instructions that I'll show you. And then this side over here, this is the blueprint for the layout. So it'll show you, you know, the E piece goes here and then your photo goes on top. The F piece goes here and your photo goes on top, and so forth. So you know exactly where to put everything. It even tells you, you know, leave a 1/4 of an inch between these, so you know exactly where to lay everything out on the page. And of course you can customize it to suit your needs as well. And then this page gives more instructions. So I followed up to the cutting instructions, and now I'm going to be following these instructions around here as we put this together on the video. So the first thing it says, well, I've already done this part. Choose 3 of your favorite B&T duos. That means background and texture duos, because it's two-sided. That's what where the duos comes from. Papers and zip strips to create a pennant paper cluster. So I liked what they did here, so I just cut mine exactly the same. Cutting these is not in the instructions. I just haven't added a little pennant yet, and so I'll show you my trick for doing that. Okay, round 2 corners of B, C, D, K, and L. So I'm going to look at my blueprint and look at which ones those are. You can kind of just look at the picture and tell. Oh, and here are the other supplies that I'm going to need to put this layout together. So I've got some blocks. These both are 3x3 blocks. I happen to have 2, so I'm going to put 1 stamp on each one. If you only have 1, that's fine. You can just switch out the stamps. I have scissors for, these are non-stick scissors, so when I cut my foam tape, it doesn't stick. It's awesome. And then the black stamp set, or black stamp pad, is, I think that's all you're going to need for this. I like to use archival black. It's just, it's a little bit more of a vibrant black. It'll stain your stamps a little bit more, but I think it stamps better than just the plain black. So I tend to use the archival black. And then for the corner rounding, I have my little corner rounding punch. And I wanted to point out that there is a brand new corner rounding punch in the new catalog. And it's right here. It's basically just a heavier duty, nicer quality corner rounding punch. But I haven't bought it yet because I have the other one, but eventually I will be upgrading. So I wanted to point that out. It's $7.95. It's the same price as the old one was, but it's nicer. A lot that you can do with this kit. It's $29.95. You can create the layouts that it shows you, plus have tons left over to make other stuff. So, alright, so what I'm going to be doing is rounding the corners. Sometimes it's easier to do this upside down. I have one of the purple pieces. Next is to stamp the UR image accent. So that's right here with black ink, trim leaving no border. So what we have are these gold pieces, and these were pre-cut, but they're already cut to the size that we're going to need for the stamping. So I'm going to get out my stamp set. I'm going to take off the UR stamp. It's very easy to peel off. Put it on my block. Now, since I haven't used this stamp, I'm going to season it first. And to do that, I just rub it on my skin. You can use the inside of your arm or anywhere that's easiest for you, but it takes the oils off of your arm or hand and puts it on your stamp. So you can see it's a little bit like milky looking now, and that kind of just helps to make get the manufacturing gunk and stuff like that off of your new stamp and help season it. And then you're going to open your stamp set or your stamp pad. I'm going to put the foam thing that comes with my stamp set underneath where I'm going to stamp. And I needed scratch paper, because the first time you stamp a stamp, you want to season it on your arm and then give it a couple of test stamps. So that already looks like a pretty good Whoops, that wasn't very good. So that top one was a pretty good stamp already. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp it onto my piece. You want to make sure you have the foam underneath because that helps give you a little bit of give, especially with these solid stamps. Make sure you don't have the holes in your stamp. So it's a nice crisp image, and so we're going to be cutting that out. And then the next thing we want to do is stamp the polka dot portion of the UR image on accent 4 with black ink. And accent 4 is, oops, where did that page go? It's this little purple piece right here. So I just need to find one of my purple pieces. Here we go. And so I just need the same stamp, but I don't need to ink up the whole thing. I just need the polka dot part. So I'm actually going to put the scrap paper under it. And there we go. So then I will cut out just that top polka dot part and glue it right on top of the polka dot one on the previous image that we just stamped. Okay. So the next part says attach the polka dot portion directly on top of area 3. So I'll do that in a little bit. Stamp flower accent 5 with black ink onto accent 5. So I need the flower image from my stamp set. So I have that here, and I'm going to stick it onto my other block. And again, I'm just going to season that stamp. This is my accent 5. I'm going to kind of rub the stamp onto my stamp pad. This isn't as solid of an image, so it's easier to stamp. I'm just going to stamp it onto my scratch paper once. And then onto my accent piece. And there we go. And then we're going to be cutting that out and then cutting it in half, because half of it's going to go here and half of it's going to go here. So move on to the next direction. I'll do that stuff off camera. So sponge the edges of the papers of your choice with black ink if desired. So you're going to want to, and this is up to you if you want to do it. I like to ink around the edges of my pieces. I think that it adds a nice pop, but you don't have to because it does add a little bit of time. But I love these little sponge daubers, and you're just going to dab it in the ink. And the first time you do this, it can be a little bit tricky, but you'll get it down. So now we're done with that part, and I'll do the rest of them. So over here, stamp the title onto the title piece with black ink, and then trim it out. So the title is this big one here, the Amazing. So now I've got a nice clean image there, and I will be trimming that out. Now the last step over here is to embellish with the zip strip word clusters, accessories, and black hemp as desired. So you'll just go around and see that there's the zip strip right there, and that's this zip strip on the top of this page. I'm actually going to leave this out. It's these three pieces right here and this right here, because I'm not sure which pictures I'm going to be using yet for this layout, and I can't think of anything that I have that would really work with these sentiments. It says that's tight, just saying, off the hook, for real, really cute for a teen layout, but I don't have a teen. I don't have any pictures of teens. So I'm probably going to just be doing my own thing with that. Maybe add my own journaling pieces over here and my own thing over here, because I do like the look of that, but I'm not going to use the zip strips. So use your own creativity to decide how you're going to be embellishing. I'm going to go ahead and finish up cutting out all those pieces, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to show you my trick to doing the Penance. So I actually learned this from Lawn Fawn, and I'm going to cut up however far up I want my pennant to go. So just like that. And then I'm going to go from the corner up to that cut line. So then you know that both of your sides are even for the little pennant. Okay, now I'm going to assemble the layout. I'm going to start with the left page, and I'm just using this as my guide now, so I'm just going to kind of visualize where each of the pieces are going to go. If you want them to be really precise, look at this blueprint. So it'll tell you, okay, make sure you have 3 inches here, 1/4 of an inch between each one of these, 1 inch here. But for me, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it from the picture that's given here. And I'm going to start from the bottom because that's where most of the paper layering is. So I'm starting. The bottom of the page is going to be this strip. So now I've got my photo mats to lay down, and I've got 5 on here. So there's going to be 1 over here, and then these 4 are like that. So I'm just going to adhere those down. This one wasn't cut right. I have to recut this one because I cut it at the wrong size. Whoopsie. This. So this is done, except for I have to add my bigger photo mat right here. So imagine that that's the right size, and then you'll just add your photos in, and that side is done. But you're going to want to keep this page handy because when we do this side, we want to make sure we line up these pieces exactly to where I have them placed on this side, so that when they're in the scrapbook, they line up correctly. So I'm going to keep this out right here while I assemble this side. Because I didn't follow the guide exactly, I've got this extra little piece at the top, and I'm just simply going to trim that off. It's not a big deal. And then this amazing title that I cut out, I already tied the hemp around it, and I just use a little hole punch to punch the hole on each side. And it only gets the hemp in one side because the other side is going to slip underneath here a little bit. Okay, so here is my finished layout. Well, almost finished. I need to fix that photo spot. Here's the other side. And remember, this other side had these zip strips here, which I'm replacing, and then once I do replace it, I'll add this little gem right there. So that's how you put together the workshop on the go. And then, as I mentioned, there's going to be lots left over. You can make this second layout, which the instructions will be on my website starting August 1st, and also uses the same stamp set and papers and embellishments and everything. And then you'll still have leftovers to create a ton more. So I hope that this helped you. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. You can leave a comment here on YouTube, or visit my Facebook page, facebook.com/playingwithpaper CTMH, and I'd be happy to answer your questions. Thanks for watching.